You've all read the title. Today, I am going to be exposing myself in a way by answering any questions you have for me. In case you did not notice, not too long ago, I reached 1.5 thousand subscribers on YouTube, which of course means that we are now about 500 away from the huge goal of 2,000 subscribers. So to celebrate this, we are going to be doing a mini Q&A session today. Special shout out to everyone that left me some questions on my community post. I am going to be answering all of your questions right now actually, so without wasting any further time with this intro, let's get started with today's video. CreeperX asks a questionable question. God, that was a mouthful. They say, generic stud funny enough? With generic stud, he has some pretty great content along with great editing, but the jokes aren't my type of humour personally. No disrespect to him though, I have nothing but respect for what he's been able to do with his channel recently. D7 asks, why is your name OverlordX? Well, basically, in 2016, when I was about 10 years old, I watched Ninjago for the very first time, and I loved the word Overlord, so it became my online username. Over the years, it's been through some changes. For example, it used to be something like Overlord985, Overlord242, and there was another name, I think, with numbers, but I completely forgot the name of it, unfortunately. And then in 2019, it was XX OverlordXX, or something along those lines. But then I switched it to just OverlordX, and I'm happy with this name. I have had thoughts of changing it every now and again, but I doubt I ever really will. The memories that come with this simple username mean too much for me to awkwardly change it, so yeah, that should answer your question. Wolfgang asks, do you have a pet? Yes, actually, I have 5 dogs. I have 2 pugs, a chihuahua, a Jack Russell crossed with a chihuahua, and a dachshund, otherwise nicknamed as a sausage dog. These are the same dogs that just love to interrupt me when I'm recording videos. Ryan asks, do you watch the MCU? Nope, I don't actually. I want to get into it eventually, but not in the near future really, I just don't think I have time. AJ asks, who is your favourite ninja and villain? That's simple. My favourite ninja is Cole, and my favourite villain would be Nadakhan. Those are also 2 of my all-time favourite Ninjago characters. CreeperX asks yet another question, what's your favourite gaming YouTuber? To be honest, I don't really watch any gaming YouTubers anymore, so I can't really answer that question, I'm afraid. I'm not really much of a gamer anymore, although I do watch Judo Sloth or something like that from time to time for Clash of Clans content, but that's very rare. 123 Legos asks, what other fandoms are you into? None really, it's mainly just the Ninjago community for me. Ryan asks, have you ever been bullied for liking Ninjago? No, not really, because I've never told anyone in real life about it, and to be honest, anyone that I have told has never cared too much. My advice is this though, just do your best to completely ignore anyone that attacks you for your passion. At the end of the day, someone else's opinion on that is both pointless and stupid. Melody asks, did you like Nia before the events of Seabound took place? Oh, not really. I never liked her much as a ninja, and, well, I still don't really. I preferred her as Samurai X, but overall, I've never really been the biggest fan of her. I always found her annoying, although the Seabound arc was still very awesome. Elemental Jedi asks, why is Hydro Whipper the best character in Ninjago? You tell me. If you're watching this, I'm expecting a paragraph as to why this is the case down in the comments. 2 more from CreeperX here. They ask, what editor do you use? I use iMovie. It's the simplest, most effective one for the videos that I produce, especially since I only have an iPad. I do really want to get a good laptop for editing at some point, but honestly, who knows when that'll be. Also asks, which is your favourite element? I mean, like fire or ice. Destruction seems pretty cool, but I also really like speed and invisibility a lot, so I'd probably go one of those. AJ Studios asks, what is your favourite Ninjago episode? You know, I genuinely can't answer that. I ask myself this all the time, but I can never seem to come up with an answer. Next up, somebody asked, was there ever a season you initially hated, but then started to love it? This is interesting. Maybe the closest example to this would be Season 6. I never really hated it, but I did think it was very average. Then last year in 2020, I began to really love it, and it became my all-time favourite season. Joe asks, in your opinion, what is the best looking / best animated shot in Ninjago? I'm honestly not sure if I have an all-time favourite, but the majority would come from Wild Brain, I'd say, with a few from the Oni trilogy. And also, do I eat pineapple on pizza? Not really, but I think it is still nice, although, yeah, I haven't really had it in years. A lot, all from one person up next, so let's just go through them all. What's my favourite game? Currently, it's gotta be Clash of Clans. I used to love Fortnite, but it's become kind of boring in my opinion. The new map killed my enjoyment of it to an extent. Why do I like Ninjago? Genuinely, I'm not too sure. I guess a big factor is the fact that I've been with it for so long. But overall, the concept of it is still so cool to me. Lego people saving the world from unique factors of evil? Yeah, it's awesome. How old am I? I'm 15. My favourite Lego sets? Yeah, it'd probably have to be some Toy Story 3 sets or something. My favourite Ninjago set is the Lighthouse Siege though. My sub goal? It's probably gotta be 5,000 or 10,000. I think they're doable if I keep up the content at this same rate. Next up, somebody asks, what impact did the Overlord make to cause you to call your channel OverlordX? And what's your favourite Ninjago set wave? I kind of mentioned that earlier, but at the time the Overlord was my favourite character. So evil, so menacing, I loved it. Plus his name was such a cool word to me. As for my favourite set wave, it's gotta be the Season 1 wave, although I really love the Season 9 and Season 13 waves a lot. Next up, I've been asked, what is my favourite emoji? Honestly, not too sure. My most used ones are... Okay, so we have just a few more to go now. First of all, I've been asked, what got you into Ninjago in the first place? Well, for a more detailed answer, feel free to go and check out this video here. But basically, I used to watch TV in the early morning. Ninjago came on one day, and it really just went from there. I fell in love ever since. The first episode I watched was either Home from Season 1 or Rise of the Great Devourer. I honestly have no clue why I can't remember which one it was. Don't even ask me how I remember it was between those two. I'm very weird when it comes to learning random, obscure details like that. And then finally, let's go over these ones, all from the same person. How do you balance work and studies with life / play? Okay, so at this point you could call me a school dropout. Yeah, that probably works best. I don't really do much studying and stuff anymore as a, you know, because of that. However, with work, I do some occasional job experience and stuff. When I do that, I work on my channel in the evenings, usually, and spend a lot of time on that. I also do a lot of general work around the house, which can get in the way. But when I can, my prime times to work on the channel are in the day. How does one not get addicted to things when they... For example, gaming. Genuinely, I'm so glad you asked this. This is why I stopped gaming a lot. I get too addicted to it. My prime time of Fortnite's, quote, addiction was in 2018. I became really lazy because of it. Eventually, though, I did just get bored of it in 2019 and stopped playing, which made a big difference. Now I stick to more chill mobile games like Clash of Clans. The only thing I'm really addicted to now is my YouTube channel, if you could even call it an addiction, which is quite a positive, as I said, quote, addiction, to be honest. Do I believe that immediate, quick happiness is better than long-term success, leading to a safe and more happy future? The immature side of me wants to go with the first option, but personally, I'd probably have to go with the second option there. Do you think that the Ice Emperor is a nice concept? Yeah, I love the pun there. Yeah, I do actually think it's amazing, but it's suffered from underutilization in my opinion. How important do I consider studies? Alright, so here's the thing. I think they are important depending on what job you're looking to get in the future. I personally don't really need good grades for my future job, and the thing is, I always struggled with school so much. I'd get into trouble a lot, I could never concentrate, I'd get distracted. It was just a huge mess. Lockdown and all helped me so much, and it was really the birth of this channel. Without it, I have no idea where I'd be now, but my advice to you watching is always going to be, put your all into your schoolwork. You don't want to end up regretting it later on in the future. But finally, with that being said, we've gone over all of the questions you guys left for me. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I hope you will learn something new about me. Big thanks to everyone that asked me a question as well. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like on today's video. But with that all being said, I will see you all in my next one.